Hey all, and this is the City of Cold Blood event. This is a Water Commander event and Arcane Killer. I've made up a few teams. The first one is just a basic team, a mixture of event cards and older cards. This is the Arcane Earth team. If you have the Jailer's deck with the event deck, this would be far more effective. This is just basically the template for that deck. This is a golems deck mainly used for the Crusade maps. Originally I only had one of the golems ultra rare on the team, but it is much easier with two. This team has 3 damage immunity cards in total. So this team is quite slow, but it allows you to survive. So that's pretty good. And then this team is for the solo bosses and guild bosses. Originally, I thought the guild bosses had weaken on, but it seems like they have traitor, so this team works on those. We scroll back across, let's look at the first deck. So this is the support card. The reason I have this card on the team is for the leader bonus. It creates water gems and gives a slight HP boost. This card is the card you need if you don't have the event deck. This has the killer skill needed. It also creates a decent amount of power gems. So a pretty decent card actually. This is the main hero. I got this from the vault. I went up to tier 4. Creates 3 water power gem 4s. Plus 3 whenever it attacks. Then we also have the deep on this team. Creates 4 water power gem 3s. Also has a slight damage boost. This is another older card. Creates up to 9 water power gem 3s. Also another arcane killer card. So the idea behind this deck, we have 3 arcane killer cards on the team. This card boosts up Arcane Killer attack by 1200% whenever a turn delay card is used. So the first card on this team is a card that delays the turn. The problem with this team is it doesn't create enough power gems to be that effective, so I haven't really been using this. This is definitely the best team I have managed to make for the Crusade maps. The Crusade maps seem a little bit harder this time around. I need this card as lead so I can pick an ally that also has the 300-600% bonus. And then on this team, 2 Immortal Killer cards. This card actually has a damage immunity skill on it, and then 2 cards from the Golems deck. Both also have a damage immunity skill on it. So you have 3 damage immunity cards in this deck, and that makes the Crusade maps much easier, but they do take quite a long time using this deck, so that's something to bear in mind. And then finally, these are for the solo and guild bosses. This actually creates quite a lot of power gems. This is the card that has the killer skill needed again. Then this card with this card. The thing about this team is the HP is really low, so you need to kill the bosses quickly. And then we have the Golems ultra rare for the damage boost, and then let's go back. The Golem's ultimate form. That's to fill the grid with power gems so they don't crush together. So there we go. That's the teams I am using. Now let's have a look at the event. Before I start playing the actual event, there are a few changes this time around. You may have seen in the news feed commander updates. Solo boss have had their HP slightly reduced. That's always welcomed. The Corellium solo boss was very difficult. Enemies that drop guild keys and guild key gifts will appear more often. So that means you don't really need to do the Corellium map if you don't want to. You should get enough keys for both the Corellium and Diamond Guild boss just from the Diamond map. And finally, the maximum number of waves in a Crusade mission has been reduced. That's very welcomed, as the Crusade missions seem to go on for a very long time later on, sometimes taking 15-20 minutes to complete, so that's a good change. And now that I've shown you that, hopefully you already saw that, let's play some Diamond map. I'm not going to bother with the Corellium map. I think I'll get enough keys just from the Diamond map, so I don't see why I should waste my time on a map that's going to take a very long time to complete. I can pretty much pick any card that has the Arcane Killer skill. So let's have a look through. There's quite a few on my friends list. I'm not going to go with a Slayer card though. I don't think that will really work that well. So I do really need a Commander card. Let's go with this one. And then I think I'm going to use this team. I don't need a card myself that has the Arcane Killer skill, as I've picked an ally that has it. So this should be pretty easy with a bit of luck. We will see though as I play the mission. So only 3 waves. I'm curious to see how many waves this will actually go up to later on. Do some careful matching to start. Okay, what just happened? Right. The boss immediately killed me. It's not supposed to do that. Clearly something went completely wrong here. I'll give that another go. I will revive. Hold on a sec. Right, okay, I've revived. I have no idea why that happened. If it's going to do it again though, then I'm not going to be able to beat this mission. There's no way it should have done 2.6 million damage like it's doing. I don't know what's going on here. Clearly there's a massive problem with this map or boss, so I'll try again. It's not supposed to be doing that. Right. We'll try again. Something glitched up there. I would normally take something like that out of the video, but I'm going to leave that in so you all saw what actually happened there. That's not supposed to happen. You all know that's not supposed to happen. 2.6 million health is not supposed to be destroyed in one attack. Especially not on the diamond map. Right, here we go. I've actually never had that happen before either. It's happened to a few guildmates, but not to myself. Now this seems a bit more normal. I need to try and match dark gems though, which is going to be a pain. I might be able to do it without matching dark gems. Let's try. Actually, no, I can match dark gems now, so this should help. Okay, that's killed it anyway, so now I'm going to get supercharged up with a bit of luck, unless the enemies randomly kill me in one hit again. That was weird. Now I think I'm going to use this card as well. While celebrating, there will be a lot more power gems on the grid. So that should easily kill this wave now. Let's see. There we go. Now for the end boss. So that was nice and easy. Thankfully, I did not get killed in one hit again. But that gives an idea of how to use this team. Get supercharged up. And then kill the enemies or bosses as quickly as you can. So now I'm going to try a solo boss. Here's a level 14 Nitro champs that I'm going to try. I will use this team. Hopefully this won't be too difficult, but we will see. It's been a bit erratic in testing. On one boss, I was able to get 100% overkill. On another, it took me 3 attacks to defeat. Let's see how this goes anyway. Hopefully this won't go too badly. Most important thing at the start is to match dark gems. If I don't match any dark gems, then I have problems. Then use this card. On the next turn, use the golems ultra rare. And hopefully now we will have a grid full of power gems with a bit of luck. See how much damage this does. Well, not exactly good considering I was expecting a much better hit than that, if I'm being honest. The erratic nature of Gem Crush. Yeah, again, the damage seems extremely low. It's very, very random. It all depends on luck, basically. Oh, there's 2 in the corner that might do it. Let's see. So yeah, with that attack, I did not really get lucky, unfortunately. If that attack had gone well, the boss would have been defeated in, well, just the one attack, 3 keys, but I got really unlucky, unfortunately. I'll try it again. See if I can get a 50 to 60 trillion hit. So much luck involved in this, though. This might work. We will see. Try those 2 in the corner. It's looking better than last time. Yeah, the damage is around 5 trillion. It's definitely better, but still not ideal. It should be doing more than that. But you can probably see it's not doing more than that. At least I'm not dying, though. That's one good thing, I will say. Let's try the 2 over here. That's actually looking like a... Ah, there we go. That's what I was after. 16 trillion hit there. So you do get the hits eventually with this team, but it's so random. Just relies on luck. There's no way this would be effective on a Corellium solo boss, that's for sure. Alright, so moving on to guild bosses, I'm going to try my team out on the Ruby guild boss. Now, when I checked earlier, I thought these had weaken on them, but they only seem to have traitor now, which is quite interesting. Let's give this a go anyway. I don't have many Ruby boss keys, but the Ruby bosses are not really worth a huge amount, so this is a good boss to test out my team. If I need more Ruby keys, I will get more later. Well, here we go. At the start, I need to try and get Dark Gems matched and enough for this card. Second turn, match Dark Gems. Third turn, use the Golems Ultra Rare. Fourth turn, do some damage. Let's see. Use this card as well. See what sort of damage I do to the boss. Hopefully it'll be semi-decent, but as I've already mentioned, this relies a lot on luck. So I'm going to use that first, then try and overlap those over there. This might kill it, actually. Let's see. No, that was a really poor hit. That should have done more damage. I don't really understand why the damage was so low there. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, as there was 2 massive power gems over there. I've never really understood how Gem Crush works. I don't think anyone really does. It's really weird. Right, we'll try again anyway. I'll use the dark, and then... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get much overlapping this time. I'll try those 2. Yeah, nothing good here, I don't think. I've probably got enough to get one more attack out at most. But I'm not going to waste more keys on this boss. I don't have the keys to really use anyway, so let's get this going and try and hopefully get a good hit out on this turn. Right, here we go. Should get a bunch of power gems on the grid again. Use golems first. That's going to crush in the corner. I should have probably used the other cards to fill in the gaps. Let's see what this does. That's not bad, actually. It's taken down half the health. Let's quit out of this. I'm not going to give that another go, as my damage is simply not really good enough for the guild bosses, if I'm being honest. So let's move on to the event rewards. To start with, let's have a look at this collection. This is a TPG collection, so basically useless junk items. You have stuff like gloves and protector coins. This is, in my opinion, the worst collection in the game. I might as well claim those. Not a collection that's really worth bothering with, but you're probably going to complete this collection anyway, just by playing the event, so... Right, when that loads, let's back out. And now, this time around, it's a Dragoon. Now, this is a nice Dragoon. I had a look at it earlier. The reason why this Dragoon is so nice, mainly because it's Immortal Killer, and it has that bonus attack on it. So you can imagine, with the golems, in a GVG attack team, this could be amazing. So this is definitely worth fighting for. Try and get, well, at least 2 copies if you're in Legends or Emperors. And then maybe consider working on this, especially if you're using a team that's a mix of fire and dark that uses the golems, as I could see that being extremely effective. So it is a new season. We still have the boys event up. They have not updated this though with anything new. So if you've already got the 3 copies of the Warden, this is hardly worth your time now. Well, unless you're really desperate for EXP. The collection rewards for the Radiant Sphinx season are okay. Nothing special here. There's one card that's probably going to be quite useful. Let's scroll down to it. It's the card here. That card is definitely worth going for, since I believe it's an old Master Collection hero. It might be an Ultra, but... And the Dragoon as well, definitely worth going for. Cudgels near the bottom, not so important. So it's an okay collection, nothing special. I will try and finish it as I do with all the collections. So I'm going to go over here now onto the actual event deck. I was after this deck as I don't have anything good at all really for this event. Well, nothing amazingly good. Water events always seem to be near the start of the season though, making them quite hard to get. And this is the first deck in the season, so let's have a look at it in more details. So here's one of the cards. Increases damage, spawns power gems, and removes debuffs. Also, this card cannot be silenced. This card has a healing skill, ignoring enemy armor and affinity with the attack. Attacks for 5000% recovery as well. Interesting. This looks like a GVG deck, if I'm being honest. Removes debuffs, damage boost. So let's have a look at the ultimate form. Dispels enemy buffs as well, so yeah. I could see this being extremely useful in GVG. And this may be a deck I go for at a later date once I have more season coins, just to try and make a good GVG water attack team. The other thing, not sure if you saw, but on tier 4 of the vault, I'll go back in. You do have the deep. You have to go up to tier 4, unfortunately, and not tier 3 like it was at one point. However, tier 4 does work out reasonably okay as you get a main hero as well. So maybe consider that if you want to and have the gems. It's up to you, really. And there we go. I think that about covers this event. This will probably be quite a difficult event for me due to not having anything that good, but I will try and do what I can with the cards I have. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this, please let me know in the comments. There are definitely other decks you can use as well here, so feel free to try stuff out and try and find what works for you. And thanks for watching.